Today we're going to look at the pronunciations of words which finish in OUGH, one of the most annoying and frustrating parts of pronunciation, because here you have lots of different words which all finish in the same way, OUGH, but unfortunately have got different pronunciations. Quite frustrating. So first of all, I'm going to give you 5 sentences, and I want you to try to read them out loud and see if you can pronounce them correctly. Don't worry if you don't know or if you're not sure. We're going to look at this in a minute. So let's have a look at those 5 sentences. Read them out loud. Here is the first sentence. And here's the second. And the third. And the fourth. And finally, the fifth. Okay, so you will have seen that all of these sentences include a word which finishes in OUGH. But the bad news is they all have different pronunciations. So let's go through them. Let's have a look at the first one, which was, have you had enough ice cream? Have you had enough ice cream? So the word is enough. The pronunciation, uff, enough. Other words with this sound include tough. I have had a tough day. It's been a tough day. Or rough. Could you give me a rough idea about how many people are coming to the party? Uff. The second pronunciation is off. Off. And the word I gave you was cough. If you have a bad throat, then sometimes you also have a cough. Off. The third example is O, like the letter O. And the word I gave you was even though, though. Also, you could say although and even though mean the same thing. So although, even though. And another example, dough. Dough, which is what you make when you are preparing bread, dough. The next example is OUGH. And the word I gave you was through. It's quicker if you walk through the park. OUGH, through. And the final example is thorough, thorough. Or another example, borough. If you live in London, then you will live in a London borough. For example, I live in the London borough of Barnet. You can have the London borough of Camden, the London borough of Westminster, and so on. So there are 5 different sounds where the word finishes in OUGH. So a quick revision of that, we have the sound uff for enough or tough or rough. We have the sound off for cough. We have the sound O for even though or although or dough. We have the sound OUGH for through. And we have the sound for thorough or borough. And the best way to learn this is to write everything down, to make a table, and then you have your columns with the different pronunciations, and you put the words in there. And you practice that. Okay, so I have the sound uff, so this includes enough, tough, and rough. You have the sound off, this includes the word cough, and then you just practice like that. And it's a really good idea as well to form your own sentences. So there you go, one of the most difficult things to pronounce in the English language. Hopefully you can now really start to improve that.